Joining me on Fan TV after the 7-4 victory against the Swindon Wildcats, I've got Will Weldon and Nathan Salem. Will, maybe with you. Second week in after the pre-season, and it's looking pretty good. A good result last night and a good result this evening, and you must be pleased with the progress the team's making.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, wasn't the best start to pre-season, losing 5-0 in Basingstoke, but probably wasn't a 5-0 game. And since then, we've obviously picked up 3 wins on the bounce, and that does wonders for confidence. And maybe we've not been, as good as we would hope to be, but it's still early doors, and I think we'll get better and better.
Nathan, 2 goals tonight, and some of us have got you as a man of the match contender. You've settled in really well. You must be pleased with the progress.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good team and organisation. I think I've settled in quite well. We've had a good few weeks of pre-season now. We're kind of starting to gel together, as proven this weekend. So it's going well, yeah.
And moving now from the second weekend of challenge games to the real stuff next week. What's the big change? I spoke to Lee Jameson last week about week 1 to week 2 and this week. What happens now between this game and next week in readiness for the season?
I think the first 2 weekends we can kind of experiment with things. There's not as much pressure on what's, if you make a mistake, then so be it. This is the time to do it. So it's kind of a different mindset going into next weekend, where we need to make sure that we try and limit mistakes. There's always going to be some, but it's much of the same in terms of work rate and effort, just maybe a different mindset.
And Nathan, you played hard tonight, and I suspect you're going to play hard every night, having seen you for other teams that you've played for. Does it matter in a challenge game getting a win?
Yeah, I think it does, especially winning 7-4, just so everyone's kind of getting confidence, moving the puck around. So, it's obviously nice to get the win, especially going into the next weekend against obviously 2 tough teams, Bracknell and Hull. So they're going to be, they've pretty much got similar teams as they had last year, so we're expecting a tough weekend.
Yeah. And if you from looking on the gantry, you look at the game tonight, and there's lots of positives, some nice goals. Ed Nag scored a lovely goal, I think. Power play might need a little bit of work.
Oh yeah,
no comments.
That's one of those things though. You've got guys that have come in from different teams. You've got guys that were here last year, and power play is one of those things you can set it up in a lot of different ways, and we obviously have limited ice time in terms of practice, so we have worked on it, but there's obviously a lot more work to do, and I'm sure as the season goes on we'll get better and better. And
obviously with Basingstoke last week and a victory here, and the wins over this weekend, they're victories against the teams that we suspect might be up there in this league, so they're important victories. And Will, just to finish up, maybe empty netter at the end, that was yours, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's team guys and there's guys that aren't team guys. It probably would have gone in, but Paddy's the all-star in our team, and as long as his confidence stays up, well, I don't mind letting him take that.
It's nice to see you shut your eyes and have a sweep at it as well.
Yeah,
Guys, thanks for joining us. Real stuff next week, and have a good week. We'll see you then.